Hello everybody, my name is Tudor. I'm the manager and the founder of Up to You agency. We will now have a conversation with our client Camilla from Brazil, and we helped her find a job in Ho Chi Minh City. We prepared her with all the documents, we helped her with the documents, we held her hand until she got hired in Ho Chi Minh City. And even now, after 1-2 months since she has been working there, we are still kind of taking care of her and being aware of her. And right now we're going to have this conversation in which I will ask her about her journey and about her obstacles and about what she likes, she doesn't like, about the whole process and how she feels there in her new job. She didn't have a previous English teaching experience, as I understand. She only had some experience as a history teacher in her home country, Brazil, because she was trained in history. And then she, for some years, if I recall correctly, she had a career on a cruise ship as a children's animator on a big cruise ship, and that's a great way to get to be a good animator for an English teaching job in Vietnam, because in Vietnam you really need to be a good animator and a charismatic, fun animator for the kids, not just a dull teacher. That's expected of you to be a good animator. And yeah, let's hear this conversation. This conversation is completely unscripted. I didn't send her any questions in advance, and I even told her, please tell us very openly about your experience, and I don't need you to sugarcoat stuff. Yeah, so that's it.
Hey Camila, how are you?
Oh, how are you?
Nice to see you.
Yes, nice to see you finally.
What time is there? It's 2 p.m. there, right? Or what?
1 p.m.
1 p.m. Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
What
I'm
time
now
is it?
for me it's 9 a.m.
Okay, where are you?
I'm in my home country in Romania.
Oh, nice, nice. So, bună dimineața.
Yeah. Oh my God, your Romanian is so good. How come is your Romanian
Yeah,
so good?
so I have a lot of Romanian friends. I used to work
Uh-huh.
in the cruise ship. Yes, a lot of
Ah.
Romanians from Constanța.
Wow, cool. From the seaside, yeah, wow.
Yeah.
I'm from the capital, I'm from Bucharest, but Constanța is like 2 hours away or something, 2 hours.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of you there.
Yeah. We are all one big happy Latin family,
You were, yeah, happy
We
Latin
are.
family.
Yeah, when I traveled in South America in 2018, I went there. I went to Brazil as well a little bit, and to Peru and to some others. And I was like, oh my God, this is like my country, kind of. Kind of,
Yeah,
sort
it's
of.
really.
I get it,
Yeah,
I can,
exactly.
I can navigate this. It's not a big problem.
Yeah, that's good.
It's like Romania on steroids somehow.
Yes.
Seems to
On
me.
steroids.
Yeah. Like everything.
Lifestyle is similar.
Yeah. Listen, Camila, thank you so much for agreeing to have this call with me, this interview. The main purpose of this interview is that we kind of help other people to understand what they would go through and address their fears, their concerns, and in a way, for everybody to know, seeing this is completely unscripted. You didn't get any list of questions. By the way, I don't need you to sugarcoat anything. Yeah.
Okay,
So
perfect.
whatever I will ask, kind of just to be straight. And if you completely hate it, say, "Hey, I completely hate it," or whatever.
Okay, I will be honest.
Yeah, that's the. Thank you so much for again. So I will jump straight into the questions which I have here prepared for you. I have here a bit of questions that I wrote down. First of all, could you introduce yourself a little bit? Tell us about yourself a little bit. Who are you? Where are you from? What's your age? If you can share that, if you're comfortable. Yeah, whatever. What
Of
was your
course,
previous
yes.
experience?
Yeah. So my name is Camilla, all
Yeah.
the way from Brazil. I'm 32 years old. I have a degree in history.
History.
So
Wow.
back home, I used to teach a little bit, not for too long, because the public education in Brazil, it's hard. It's a hard job to have teaching in Brazil.
Yeah. Why is that?
I think the salary that you deserve, you don't have the respect that you deserve. You have to do a lot of extra hours to get a good amount of money, the money to survive, I would say. So my friends that still teach in Brazil, they have to work morning, afternoon, and evening just to survive, to get the bare minimum. It's really stressful. It's really stressful to be a teacher in Brazil and work
Crazy.
for the public education. Yeah. If you're in a private school, then it's different. But the public system,
It's surprising a bit for me because I kind of thought that Brazil is a pretty advanced country, sort of.
I mean, if you have money, so you can be in a private school, then yes, we do have a really good private schools, but in the public system, it's a little bit hard. You can find some really bad areas, really bad behavior. Yeah. So it depends if you're like, you're not
You
staying
did what on the cruise ship?
for 5 years. I work with the kids in the cruise ship.
Like animator.
Exactly.
Oh, that's one of
Best job
the
ever.
best possible jobs to also in itself, and also as a preparation for Vietnam, actually.
Exactly.
Because
It's all
in Vietnam
about
they want you to
running
be an
games.
animator.
Yes, you have to be a little bit of a clown, a dancer, like you have to entertain the kids. Yeah, through the language, of course, but still you're there to basically have fun with the kids.
Yeah. I used to love history so much, and I mean even now, and it was definitely my favorite subject in school.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You definitely have a good history in Romania as well.
You mean like our national history? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a kind of long thing, it's a kind of long
Exactly.
process. We have a lot to learn in Romania. It's not like in America, 200 years, that's it. They like 2000.
Exactly.
Yeah, and okay, so I want also to ask you about, how did you hear about us? Also, I understood about your previous life a bit. How did you hear about us? And why us?
Instagram.
And why not others? For example, okay, Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram. Yes, I found you through Instagram. I was already tired of working on the cruise ship because the routine is insane. You work every day for like 10 hours per day, usually for 6 months is their contract. So it's
every
really,
single
really
day,
tiring.
no day.
No
That
day
is
off.
kind of crazy,
Yes, you have hours off, but you don't have days off.
It all becomes like a
physically
dream, like a
tiring.
blurry. So I guess it all becomes like a big kind of dream somehow, like repeating.
Yeah, or maybe a nightmare. It depends on the perspective.
Yeah. You need to like keep your things together, I guess. Or like, I mean, you mentally, you kind of need to be quite strong, because otherwise, maybe that's a lot of stress.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
every day the same.
be
That's not
strong
a very
mentally.
good strategy that they do that. Like, I understand economically makes sense and so on, and maybe they pay well, but I don't think it's very smart. Leave the person have 1 day, 2 days. They have gyms, they have whatever.
Definitely, yeah.
Let the person relax a bit, Look at
So-
the sea for the
so
whole. The work will be better. Yeah.
I agree with you.
After they take a bit of time off, and look, you're on the ship, so you don't need that much time off. 1 day, it feels like
Definitely, 1 day would
you
be
don't have
enough.
anywhere to go so much. It's just on this big ship. Okay, it has some stuff,
Exactly. Yeah,
but
because when you have your time off, you have to decide if you want to shower, if you want to like wash your hair, or
yeah. That's
you cannot
crazy.
do
That's
everything.
crazy.
Yeah.
And so
Crazy lifestyle.
you get to a feeling of accumulating frustration, I guess, because
Yes,
I
yes.
use my free time to shower, clean my nails, whatever, cut
Yeah.
my hair, whatever, and then I didn't have any leisure activity or relaxation, and I just get more and more frustrated towards the end of the 6 months, and definitely I don't want to renew with this.
You were exhausted. By the end of your contract, you were exhausted for sure. You have the money, but you're exhausted.
Yeah, so stupid. Yeah, I think it's money logic. But you see, like all in all, like human logic is also better money logic. I don't know how to explain. Like if you take care of people better, people will take care of you, and also economically it will be very well, and they will be
I agree.
productive. Because so you think you're earning, but you're earning just short term.
True.
Anyway,
Yeah, I was doing that for 5 years. And I realized that
how long did you stay back home?
Vacation was usually 2 months.
In the 1 month and a half, 2 months, and then back to the dream.
6 months in the ship, yeah. So you can imagine, like I was super, super, super tired. So I was like, I cannot do this anymore. So so last December I quit. I was like, I'm not coming back. Bye, guys. So I was looking for something to do.
Wow,
I know I couldn't stay in Brazil anymore, because after being outside in the world, it's hard to fit in again. Especially because I couldn't find a job. Like I knew that I couldn't teach there because my previous experiences was not that great. So I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? So I was spending my days like just relaxing, recovering from these 5 years. On Instagram, I found your page on Instagram. I was like, wow, okay, Vietnam, it's an option. So I started following you, and I was every day I was seeing a new post from you, and then how you posted
is working.
It is, the marketing is working. Yeah.
Yeah, that's mostly my wife.
Nice. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, she's my wife.
Yeah. So after some time, I was like, okay, let me text them, like DM them, and let's see what they say. I also DM one teacher of yours. that because you're always reposting the posts, from your teachers. So I was like, let's see if they are for real. So I Google you, I talk to another teacher.
Very good. We want people to do that. Not all our teachers are necessarily extremely keen on being approached by other people. Some don't like it, but mostly they're okay and they're happy to help. And
nice. Yeah, that's
the
good.
way I see it is a bit like karma, to be honest. It's kind of honest. Yeah, it's like everybody can help somebody else, and kind of.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, someone helped me, so I'm glad that I hope I will help someone as well.
Yeah. And why us and not others? Did you check other like competition or some?
I did.
Considering going on yourself, maybe did you consider to go on yourself?
Yes. I did. I felt it would be, I don't know, the culture is so different. I felt like I would be so lost doing it by myself. So I felt like I need a link that knew exactly what to do, what were the steps. And I felt like you were completely honest about everything. You gave the bad side and also the good side. I felt like you just gave the reality. So I was like, okay, these guys are real, they are saying everything, not just the good things. It's not like just like, oh, everything will be perfect. So that's why I chose. Yeah.
We try to say the bad stuff as well, like rats in Vietnam can reach this size,
Yes, I've seen them. Yes.
Once I met one on the beach, and it did like this, and I was like, oh my God, please don't bite me. But then
they can be quite scary.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for your answer. So another question. What made you choose us over other? Oh, okay. I already asked that. Okay. You kind of okay. I felt you're honest and so on. Okay. What were your biggest worries before applying with us?
About Vietnam?
No. About in general, doesn't matter. Us, Vietnam, doesn't matter. At this stage, is one thing, like is this new kind of idea project which you have in your mind.
Okay,
it doesn't matter about the whole thing.
I think that the first thing about you, the agency, is like, are they legit? Are they a scam? Am I going to give them my money and they will disappear?
Yeah,
because we hear a lot of stories, especially when we're dealing with social media. So for sure, that was one of my first thoughts, like, are they real? When I did my research about you, then I realized that yes, you were real, you were legit. I think my second thought was money. How much money do I have enough? And I think again, you were always clear about that, the costs of everything. I could plan better. I could have an idea of how much I would need for rent, for tickets, for visa and everything. So that helped a lot as well.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, so we really need to kind of do our best to address this thing, because there are indeed a lot of scams, and there are also like not scams but very, very bad agencies. To be honest, at times we were also accused by some past clients or wannabe clients, that we are not a good agency and we are almost like a scam and so on and so forth. But yeah, we had some accusations like that, and it breaks my heart, because I really try my best that we do a good job. Sometimes maybe we fail, and sometimes maybe it's not really our fault that something.
Yes, I was going to say that. Yeah.
And then we try to kind of fix it and help the person anyway if they got into a situation that is not so great and so on. Yeah, and this is a big, like this legitimacy and reputation part. This is the most kind of important thing that I want to take care of in terms of.
Yeah. One more thing that I wanted to point out about
most people are happy,
Of course, yeah. And one thing that I wanted to point out about you as well is that I was really surprised when you contact me after I was already here. So like I've been here already for 2 months. And Aria is still in touch with me, like, hey, Camilla, how is everything? How are you adapting? Yeah. How are you doing? Do you need anything? So I was really surprised. First time she texted me, I was like, wow. So because it make feel like you cares. You care about.
I need to double down on that. Actually, that's on purpose.
That's good. So I feel like I'm not just a number. I'm not. You don't want just my money. I feel like you're really here to support me as well.
For us, you're really not just a number.
Yeah.
My strong belief is that we have a delay, I think.
Yes, I think it's good now.
My strong belief is that if you do the right thing and you treat people as a purpose in themselves, people will take care of you also money-wise and business-wise. And I strongly believe that. Yeah. So I look at people as people first and kind of clients a bit second. in a way. A client is just another person that made themselves come closer in my field of perception, kind of, because they
Yes.
decided to be a client rather than just a
Uh-huh.
passerby.
Of
So,
course, yes.
okay, now my perception, I have you closer, and that's it. That's a
Mhm.
client, but it's still just a human being, actually. And
Yes,
okay, now I need to.
definitely.
So, yeah, but this doesn't always work 100%. Some people, like, managing their perception sometimes is hard, and yeah, sometimes they feel like yeah, something went wrong, it's our fault, and so on. Please, let's fix it. Let's
Yeah, I mean, you
don't
cannot,
shoot, don't shoot.
not my fault, right?
Yeah. And it's also, another thing. You see, I have a tendency to go on tangents, but people kind of get from life what they expect. Understand?
Yes.
That's it.
Yes, I
And
agree with you.
sometimes I see people, they have like some strong expectations that are kind of negative, and then that kind of comes. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. And if you expect the good, somehow the good can happen. Maybe not immediately,
I agree.
but
Yeah.
in the long term, 100%.
Yes.
It works.
The power of the thought, right? The power of the energy that you emanate, it will come back to you.
Exactly, because if you have a good energy, then people reciprocate. They give you back.
Yes.
People are just
Yes.
like mirrors, and they give you back what you put out. So be careful what
True.
you have.
Yes.
Be aware of that. Just be aware. You cannot force yourself to be super positive and of course all the time. But
Of course, you have
at least be
yeah.
aware.
Yes.
When I'm in a bad mood, I'm aware, and I'm kind of a bit weary not to disturb others with it, without saying anything. You understand? I'm just like, but I'm in a bad vibe, and now I'm kind of concerned also on top of that, because I might attract some bad reactions. So I'm reluctant to even speaking with people. I'm like, just leave me alone. I'll be fine.
Yeah. Yes, that's good, because I also feel that some people, when they're having a bad day, they want everyone to have a bad day as well, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, why?
Yeah, keep your bad day for yourself and
For yourself,
enjoy it.
yes. You don't have to
There's
ruin
no
mine
problem.
as well.
Yeah. And there's a certain pleasure of the pleasure of feeling bad. There's a pleasure of feeling bad, actually. Anyway, that's the thing. We see this energy part all the time, and we feel it all the time. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it kind of neutral? How does it fluctuate? And we kind of also try to navigate that dimension the best we can, but it doesn't always work 100%.
Well, I think the important part is to try. Yes.
Yeah. Exactly. How was the application process like for you? How did it go? Smooth that you expected?
It was, to be honest. I sent you the video, like the intro video. I got the feedback right away. And then I just started doing everything. I think the instructions were really clear as well. So I knew what I had to do. In every step, you showed me examples of how to do it. So of course that also helped a lot to do my application the best I could do, the best to present myself.
Did you start to prepare your documents when you were in Brazil?
Yes.
And then you did some of them also in Vietnam when you got there, right?
Yes. I did most part in Brazil, like the notarization, sending to embassy, because I think I wanted to get here with everything ready, so I wouldn't be anxious about it. Like one less thing to worry about, Yeah. So now I'm in the process to get my residence card and my work permit. So I'm still going through that now.
And in terms of costs, were the costs kind of in line with what we told you, more or less, or was it much more expensive? Or because those are some estimations, and sometimes the costs in the home country can differ from what we estimate.
Yes, for me it was a little bit more expensive, I think, maybe because I am in a different continent. Yeah, so I think your estimatives were more like for Europe, for Russia. But from Brazil, it was a little bit more expensive, especially like to notarize my documents. My currency, it's not as high as euro, for example. So I had to notarize my certificates in England, and then I headed to Brazil. So that was a little bit expensive for me.
Okay, we need to kind of maybe later on or in some other day, maybe we can speak together how you did it and how it was for you, and maybe when we have other Brazilians, we kind of know better.
Yes, true.
Actually, yeah, this is a big part. This is how we kind of grew and how we developed. We got the experience of a person and then told others about it, and then it's kind of like that. From Brazil, we didn't really have many applicants. It was you, and I believe we have two other. Yeah, if I remember correctly, from Brazil. Not many people from Brazil, but Brazil is great.
I think it's so far from Vietnam. Oof. Maybe that's why.
It's on the other side of the planet completely.
Literally, yeah. Also, the plane ticket was a lot of money on that. Ooh la la, really
How much was
expensive.
that?
I
How
think
much was
for
that
me
in
it was
total?
like 8,000 of my money.
1,000 reals.
So yes, 8,000 reais.
Oh.
So yes, that was a lot of money.
I'm trying to check how much that is. So 8,000.
I think it was almost $2,000.
8,000. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
expensive.
And
But you
that's just
see,
one way, yeah, just one way ticket.
one way is all you need, you know.
Of course, yes.
So people from Brazil are even more incentivized to stay in Vietnam and do a good job and make it work and
Yeah.
adapt
Yeah.
because it's expensive.
True, yeah. I have to stay here for a while, so I make it work.
I'll put more ads on Brazil. It's a good idea.
Yes, do it.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, of
If
course.
you're close, it's cheaper. You're like, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that. I go back home. If you need to pay so much money to go back home.
Yes, exactly.
And how did we help for you to relocate and prepare for your job? What exactly happened? Did you feel prepared for the relocation and the new job, more or less?
Yes.
What
I
are the
felt
cons, the pros, the minuses? Again,
about
don't
the job specifically.
about how we as a team, up to you,
Mhm.
managed to prepare you so that you know what you're getting into, your job and
Okay.
your new kind of life. Like, did you feel it was enough? We should have done more. Like, in what sense? How exactly would you think? Any suggestions or anything like that? Again, like, I don't need just praises. You're super nice. I can see
course.
Sweet wants to help to be nice, but at the same time,
Yes,
listen,
of
it's,
course, yeah.
people
No,
understand. Anybody with any anybody with any kind of intelligence understands that this is a very complex
It
process
is.
and a very complex
Definitely.
service that we are trying to do, and not everything will be always perfect, you know.
Of course. Yeah, so for me, I think about like when you talk about primary school, I felt like I already knew what I was going to face because on your page, basically it's about primary and secondary. Yes, I knew what I was facing if I got a primary classes. But turned out that I also got high school classes. And then for high school, I feel like it's completely different. It's not just fun and games. Of course, we also do that, but a little bit more about teaching.
Yeah.
So that's what you want. If you do love teaching, I feel like maybe high school, you will have to spend more time preparing your classes. They do demand more about like your pronunciation. They will expect more of you as a teacher if you want high school. But if you want primary and secondary, then I feel like, yes, just you as an agency prepared me well for that. But for high school, I felt like it's more real, you know?
Yeah. And would you be able, for example, to tell your boss or your employer, hey, I would only want primary and secondary? Is that possible? Would they accommodate that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fortunately,
would you want that? Do you prefer that? Or you want, okay, give me the challenge and I'll try to.
Exactly. That's what I wanted. I was like, okay, I definitely more comfortable with primary, but I do want to challenge myself as a teacher and I do want to try high school. Yes, I did a demo class and they said, okay, you do have the profile for both. So that's why they did give me primary and high school because they also felt like it would be something that I would be good at. And so far, so good. It's been a good challenge, like to push.
For me, it's such a positive experience, to be honest, to speak with you. And you're so eloquent and you're so expressive and you're so empathetic. And like, I'm sure like they loved you over there. Really. So yeah, they're like, yo, you can teach high school as well. Look, if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
Yeah, for me, it's a great experience to kind of get to speak more in depth like this with our clients, because I usually don't. I usually just have maybe a short call before they start the process, and it's usually just about very concrete stuff about the process, and then I don't really intervene so much. The team kind of area, they work with the people, and me not that much directly. So for me, it's a really good experience. Oh, wow, you know.
Nice. And to be honest with you, Tudor, there is something that I was talking to my manager, and he mentioned there is two kind of teachers here in Vietnam, foreigner teachers. There are the teachers are here because they want to be teachers. They want, YELTS. Yes, that's the one. YELTS. Yeah. So if you are focusing on getting a better experience as a teacher, then maybe yes, that's where you should focus.
Yeah, and you're a good fit because you kind of wanted originally in your life to be a teacher, no?
Exactly, yeah.
And then, it just turned out it's not history, it's English, and it's not Brazil, it's Vietnam.
Yeah. but it's still in the way. Yeah.
But your English is
Still in
also
the
very
way.
good, by the way. So also that helps
Oh,
you a
thank
lot
you.
because your pronunciation is good. You're super fluent. Yeah, like
Thank
you
you.
barely
Thank you.
sound like a non-native. You
Yeah.
barely,
Oh,
you
that's
know.
good. Thank you so much.
I wouldn't be able to tell where you're from.
Yeah, that's good.
Accent.
Mystery.
Yeah. And sometimes people tell me that as well. I say maybe Eastern Europe. I'm not really sure. I'm like, okay, I want to lose even Eastern Europe. I want to, you know. You don't
That's
even know
something
where I'm
good
from.
to mention as well, because at least the school that I work with in high school, some activities they do ask for a British accent. Yeah. So mostly in Vietnam, they go for the British accent, like even the books, the activities, they all use
Some of
the
them.
spelling. Yeah. So you might need to adjust that as well to work on your pronunciation, because they might ask you to do some exercise or some drilling in British accent or in American accent. So you need to know how to have a little bit of both as well.
I also need to work on my pronunciation. Really, I barely do that, and it would be so good.
To be
But
honest,
I think I prefer.
I've been working myself when I'm preparing my classes. I'm like, oh, I don't know this one, so like I have to Google and listen for the pronunciation, for the British pronunciation. So I've also been learning a lot.
Yeah, good. You see, you're the perfect kind of teacher. Yeah, I'm sure they love you over there. You're preparing, you're checking the
hope so.
pronunciation. Yeah, what your boss said is so true. Some people just want to be in Vietnam because they think it's so pretty, it's so nice, and they kind of teaching is a way of making some money just to be here, and it's good life here. It's,
Exactly.
cheap. It's cheap. You can live with very little money and good quality food, good quality coffee, and so on.
Oh,
and
coffee! The coffee is so good.
I love it. Now has such a strong coffee culture. Yeah, actually, you can speak about it. Like, tell us about. Like, I was not worried not to come from me. Tell us a bit about the coffee culture in Vietnam.
Oh my God, there's like not just one, but there are like 2 coffee shops per square meter. Oh my God, yes. Every 2 steps, there's one coffee place. And you can find all kinds of coffee. There's like black coffee with salted coffee, caramel coffee, cacao coffee. Oh,
the one for
egg coffee, coconut coffee. Oh, everything. It's amazing. There's the right fit for everyone, all the tastes.
Yeah, and what I love so much is how they use cafes for working, for learning. Maybe a lot of students are using cafes. People are using them to work from, and it's completely accepted. Hours and hours in a cafe is completely acceptable. You know, buy a drink from time to time. Don't be
of course.
But yeah, you know, in Western Europe, in some cafes, especially nicer ones, they even have policies. Hey, you need to buy 1 drink per half an hour, per hour.
Same in Brazil.
No laptops allowed. No laptops.
Yes, like you cannot charge your laptop or something, right?
Yeah, they don't have chargers. In Vietnam, you go, it's like sockets everywhere. Everybody uses the laptop or with the iPad or with the great Wi-Fi. It's just like, of course, cafes to stay here to stay, and people just use it all day long. And sometimes I do the same. I go and I work from a cafe. If it's not too loud, I can work from there.
True. Especially because we have these long breaks, lunch breaks. So the best you can do is go to a cafe, have something to drink, and work a little bit on your laptop. And
sometimes they even sleep in the cafe.
Oh yeah, as well. Like a lot of hammocks coffee places, hammocks cafes. So yes, they do that.
You're in Ho Chi Minh, right?
Yes, Ho Chi Minh.
Ho Chi Minh City. Yeah, so many over there. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
There's even one with like a jungle place with a waterfall, and I can send you. There's one crazy beautiful.
Yes.
So yeah, some people just kind of come for that and not really for teaching, and you kind of can feel that right away. And indeed, the employers and the recruiters they usually are very good in seeing that. And my recommendation to everybody is, hey, think about it. Be honest with yourself. Do you like to teach? Do you like teaching? Or even if you didn't teach before, do you feel that you might like it a lot? If that's the case, okay. But if not, you need to have a lot of empathy. Yeah, these are like tiny human beings that they can barely speak any English words, and maybe they don't have patience, and you need to control yourself, control your emotions. You're doing like a show. You're like a showman.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, you
have to be a showman.
Do you like it? That's it, Yeah. What was your first impression when you first in Vietnam? Did you encounter any surprises?
I think my first thought was like, wow, chaos.
What is this mess?
Chaos.
Yeah.
Even in the airport, I wanted to get my visa as soon as I left
and this is coming from
airplane.
Brazil, which is not necessarily the most
right. Yes, even for me. And I was a little bit lost, to be honest. And then when I went outside the airport, the traffic, insane, so noisy, so crowded. Wow. And it's so hot, so humid. Even for Brazil. Yeah, it's insane.
First impression is a bit tough, yeah, when you land in Ho Chi Minh.
It can be really overwhelming.
I remember I felt the same many years ago when I went first time. I felt the same thing. But then you kind of get used. And one trick, I earplugs. I use earplugs a lot on the street. I just put, if I'm walking, I'll always have earplugs. And I keep my inner balance.
And I think that's something that I've been learning, is that you find order in the chaos. Like, you have to trust the chaos, and you will, like, what is yours will come to you. Even when you're driving in the traffic, you just have to go with the flow, and you will be fine. So just trust the chaos, and you will be fine.
You're right.
It works, exactly.
Yeah, it's one rule in traffic in Vietnam. Just don't hit anything.
Exactly.
Watch the ones in front of you. And whoever is in the front, in the back, needs to take care of
they will go,
who's in front.
They will go around you,
This is why when they come from a secondary road, from a smaller road into your big road where you're driving, they don't even look. It's crazy. You know, that's
they don't.
That's not very smart, to be honest. That's dangerous. But they do it like this because they know everybody's kind of looking ahead. But every once in a while you might have a tourist or somebody who's new in Vietnam, and they don't know about this rule. Because where I come from, you need to give priority, we say.
Yes.
It means you give priority to the big road. You need to look at the people coming on the big road. They don't look for you. So if you bump into them, it's your fault. It's not their fault. But in Vietnam, it's the opposite. They just go like this.
You just go.
You're kind of forced
That's what I'm saying. You just trust the chaos, and you will be fine.
You see this every once in a while.
Something interesting as well that I still remember. It was the first time that I had to cross the street. Oh my God. I spent maybe 10 minutes waiting for the traffic to stop so I could cross the street.
It never stops.
Until I realized that it would never stop. So you literally just go.
You stay
they will not stop. They will go around you.
You do slowly.
I literally
you can raise your
did
hand
like this so I wouldn't see them coming. And I just okay, I will go. I will survive. Yes. And it's still a bit like that. You just have to trust. It's normal in here, not in the rest of the world.
In this, for the city, their system of driving works better, but between cities it's actually very dangerous because they apply the same flow-based mentality to intercity travels, and that's dangerous. They don't really respect enough. And but in the city, the traffic just flows, and no matter if you're a vehicle or you're a pedestrian, you just need to get into the flow. And
exactly.
You need to cross. You need to go in the. Nobody has any problem. Nobody gets angry.
No. They might honk.
And you know how to drive a scooter by now?
So I started this week.
Honk means just, hey, be careful, I'm coming.
What is it? Yeah, so this.
Sorry, we have delay, that's why.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so this week was my first week driving the motorbike. So it was interesting. At my first day, I was like, oh my God, what am I doing?
Congratulations. Very brave girl.
Yeah. But now I'm like, okay, get out of my way. I'm passing a native already, a Vietnamese person already.
Yeah.
People just do it as well.
Yeah.
You just stop and you buy whatever you want.
You stop where you have where you have business, you can stop, and by default, the parking, the space in front of any business or place is designated to the customers coming to that place, whatever it is, or to the workers there or whatever, So you can just park there, and if there is no place to park, very quickly somebody will come and they will help you make some room for you to park your scooter. And it's very convenient, to be honest.
It is. It's hard if you want to walk, because there are no space in the sidewalk for you to walk.
It's not so much
full of motorbike.
That's the big disadvantage. Yeah. True. That's one thing. Yeah. If you kind of want to walk and make exercise, whatever, it's either park or go to the gym. The city is not so walkable, with some exceptions. There are some, like the central walking street. In the center, you can walk.
Just give me 1 minute. Yeah, be right back.
No problem. I'll actually. Yes, sorry. I also went to the bathroom.
Sorry, I'm struggling a bit with my voice already here.
So congratulations for starting to ride the scooter.
Thank you so much.
Oh, okay. We'll make this short, Camilla. Anyway, I'm very close to finishing my questions. I only have 3-4 more questions. If you can, we can stop whenever you want. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You have voice problems?
Yes, I think I've been coughing a lot.
I hope you didn't get a cold or something.
I think just the air conditioner and the fan. That's
Yeah, we have such a strong delay. Oh my gosh.
Is it okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I wanted to ask you if your communication with your employer was okay and with the school, and if you felt kind of.
So they did prepare us really well. They gave us a training and everything I need. I feel like I could definitely trust on them to be the bridge between the school and I feel like the school also feels the same. If they have any troubles or concerns, they would also contact my company, my agency, and it would get to me. Any feedback that I would need, I would receive. And the same with if I need to give them a feedback or something. So yes, I feel really lucky about my company.
Great. In terms of salary, does it match what you were initially told and what you knew? Everything was clear about the income that you get there?
Yes. Since the beginning, since the working agreement that they sent me while I was still in Brazil, everything was the same. So it was what I was expecting. Yeah.
I don't want to ask you directly how much you're making. Yeah. I don't want to ask you directly how much you're making or anything like that, but I did want to ask you, like, are you happy with the current kind of how much you are able to make there? Because I know it's depending on the hours. So if you work more hours.
Yes, definitely. I'm working 25 hours per week, and definitely I've been making more money than I need. Yeah, like I can have coffees outside every day if I want. I can eat outside a few days of week if I want. I have time to go for a drink with friends. I have the money to do that as well. So far, it's been enough money, especially now at the beginning. Great. Where we have like all the papers that we have to pay for and rent, deposits. So yes, it's been a good money. Yeah.
But this expenses also with the documents, they will pass, and you'll kind of also start to get back your initial investment. And then when you don't really have any other big expenses other than the rent, of course, then it will be probably okay.
Yes,
good
exactly.
Income, and you'll be able even to save if you want.
Yes, that's what I'm expecting. So maybe in 1 more month or 2 more months, then I will be able to maybe start saving for traveling or even to send back home. So yeah.
Great. I'm happy for that, because some teachers, some non-native English teachers in Vietnam, even beginner teachers, are able to reach 2,000, 2,500 US dollars, even more sometimes. But as a subject of also how many hours they are willing to teach. So there are two variables: how much you're making per hour and how do you teach in a month. And if you're making a good amount per hour and also you're working a good amount of hours per week and per month, then you can get really good numbers.
True.
Like
yeah.
Or some other teachers who have extremely good experience, pronunciation skill, their skill is very high, then they command a very good hourly payment, and they can still work just 20 hours a week or something. They also get a lot per month. There are also some cases like that. And
maybe I will get there one day.
Definitely, it's possible, 100%. And I always tell everybody, I tell our clients, work on your pronunciation. Just like you do. You said, oh, I know I need to teach these words today. I'm not really 100% sure how is the correct British pronunciation of this word. Let me go and check it out and learn it before the lesson. That's a huge, huge thing that you're doing. It's so good. It's so great. A lot of people don't do that, and it's not such a big thing to do, just constantly work on your pronunciation and your income will increase. It's as simple as that.
Exactly. If you want more, you need to give more.
Yeah, but it's not such a hard thing, Can you imagine? Like, it's just, hey, how do you say this word? Can you pronounce it the British way? I cannot even speak like that. I need to try it. I don't know. You understand?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's it. Just do it. If you do that, oh my God, the Vietnamese will pay you so much, So that's it. Okay. I want to also ask you, what do you feel that so far was the most rewarding part of working there? What gives you the biggest kind of
definitely the students' energy. Even if you're like by the end of the week, you're feeling tired. You're like, oh, wow, one more day.
Yeah.
Then you get there in the class. You see that the students, they have fun. They love seeing you. They're like, hello, teacher. Hello, teacher.
Yeah.
There's so many gifts. Of course, small gifts like stickers or candies.
Yeah.
Last Friday, I got like flowers. So you really feel like they value your presence.
They're so
there.
sweet.
They are really sweethearts. So that's the best part for me.
Yeah,
when you feel like the kids, they do appreciate that you are their teacher.
Yeah, I remember also I taught for a little while in Ho Chi Minh City. some years ago, and I didn't really need to teach. Like, I just wanted to do it because I wanted to have the experience, for our clients. That time I was already actively sending people to Vietnam, and I didn't teach at that time 1 hour in my life. So I wanted to do it, and I did it for like 2 months or something in Ho Chi Minh City. And you're supposed to treat everybody equally, of course, and all your students. But oh my God, I had this one girl, so sweet. Oh my God, and so cute with me, and so nice, and like this teacher. I'm like, oh my God. I think if I'll be father of a daughter, I'll be completely melted.
Yes, some
Like,
of them, they are so
she
cute.
was so sweet. I couldn't focus on teaching. You understand? Like, I was like, ignore her. I need to
Focus on the job.
like a little girl. Yeah. And everything like she did, she was cute about it. I don't know. She had this childish way of, such a cute girl, and very well behaved. She was doing her best. She was really like, she was one of the most behind in the class, but at the same time one of the most diligent. And that was like amazing to see. Like, look at her. She's like really trying. Yeah.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah. And one last question I have for you, Camilla. If you would recommend us to others, do you feel we are worthy of recommending to others for getting a teaching job in Vietnam or in China? If not,
yes,
why not?
100%. I feel since the beginning you were 100% honest with how the process would be, what would I face, what would be the challenges, what would be the good sides. So yes, I would recommend you 100%. Even now, I know that if I need something, I can count on you. I could just text you and you would try to help me, even though I'm already here, even though I know that I can count on you if I ever need something from you.
I'm so happy. Thank you so much, Camilla. I'm super happy for this. And I know it's completely from the heart and sincere, and I feel it. And thank you.
Definitely.
And listen, if you ever in the future, I mean, ever, no matter how long from now, you need our help in any form that we could help, please let us know. Okay. We will help. Okay. So, and by the way, this is one thing I want to like tell everybody, that we have this kind of open policy. The thing is, we are a small team still. I want to hire more people so that we can be even more kind of diligent about speaking with everybody all the time. But some don't speak. We don't speak enough with like older applicants, older people that were happy maybe in their job and whatever, but if they see that we get kind of silent after many months and we don't really say much, or just seldom we say something, how are you, they don't necessarily say anything to us. Hey, how are you? Of course, like, it's kind of we are the agency, and we can hear from others, or we see it on social media that they had some issue or they had some problems. Like, why you didn't tell us? We could have helped them. Yeah, like, we are there, and we try to help, and and we also try to learn from our mistakes, and we learn all the time, and we grow all the time, and that's it. And my objective is that this team grows, and that we get more customers and more people to teach in Vietnam, and that's it, and that's my goal. And we get better and better to the point that everybody knows, hey, okay, like, this is the people who will take care of you.
Exactly. Because on my side, of course, we do need someone that we can trust, because it is a big decision. You're going to a country where you don't speak the language, where you don't know anyone. So you really need to find someone that you can trust. And I'm really glad that I trust you guys to do this for me.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And and not all people are as courageous as you, and you traveled a lot in your career on the cruise ship. Your courage is definitely above average. You can just go and you have the courage, but not everybody feels like that. And some people never left their home country, and now this is the first time that they leave their home country, and for them it's a really big deal. I can understand
if it was
that.
For me, I can imagine for people that never left. Yeah,
I can understand that. Because me, at this point in my life, you can throw me anywhere, literally, and I'll be fine. I'll find I'll find the food, I'll find the coffee, I'll find myself a job if I need to. Like, I'll be fine, but not everybody feels like that. And it's really just a feeling, I swear to God. Like, it's not necessarily, it's just, hey, do you have this feeling in your heart, and do you trust yourself? That's it. If you can say yes to that all the time, you're fine. But that grows over time, so you don't have it.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yes, Camilla, if there's any other thing you want to add, please add, if you want to say.
No, I think that's it. Like, I'm really happy.
Anything bad? Listen, Camilla, we speak so positively. Anything bad? What is bad over there? Hey,
okay, let me see.
Doesn't work. The traffic
it's
is
too
bad. There's a
hot.
lot of
It's
traffic
too
in Ho Chi Minh.
hot.
It's
There's
too
a lot
hot.
of traffic is insane. It's really
Yeah.
hot. It can be, especially inside the classrooms, because not all schools, maybe they won't turn on the AC, so it will be just a fan. So you will be sweaty. You will struggle. Maybe your blood pressure will go so down, but it's still worth it in the end. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much, Camilla. It's perfect. Listen, Camilla, send us if you can, if you have, and if you can, send us some photos or some videos with you there in Vietnam, maybe whatever, in a cafe where you took a photo, or maybe you're teaching if you have, or anything like that, because it will help us a lot to illustrate this interview a little bit.
Nice. Why not?
If you have anything that you kind of want to share, and thank you so super much for this. And I'm very grateful for this discussion. I'm grateful I met you. And you see, for me, it's like you are a past client from some months ago, basically, yeah. And
Yes.
I didn't even meet you, kind of, just a
True.
little bit.
Yeah,
And
the
just
first
now,
time.
just now I feel I met you, you know. And by the way, so your process took kind of like 1 month, I think. So you started in 17th of May. Your videos were ready on 29th of May. I have here written, and you got hired on 24th of June. Sorry. Yeah.
Yes.
So
I felt my love after my first interview. I was already in love with the company. So I was like, yes, they are the one for me.
It was very fast for you.
Yeah.
Not all people are this fast. It's also subject to how they speak and kind of their vibe. You have a very good positive vibe and high energy, and that's why, you know, you combine with the good pronunciation. That's
all you need.
Yeah, that's the good for teaching. That's the who has these things or who wants to develop these things. You know, teaching is for them.
True.
Thank you so much, Camilla. Pleasure, huge pleasure. Thank you. And we're here for you, okay? Whenever you need us,
Thank
please.
you so much.
And I'm not saying this because it's a public interview or anything like that. It's 100% true. We are here for you, yeah?
Nice.
And let us know if you need anything.
For sure, I will. I already have plans.
And I hope to see you in person in Ho Chi Minh, by the way.
Yes, let's go for a coffee.
Maybe in December, I guess. I'm not really sure 100%, but very likely. And
okay, coffee
if we
time.
catch you there, maybe we make a gathering with several teachers and we go for a coffee for something.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.